has 0 recorded games on that Tiny.
Yeah.
This will be let's see, Ice. I don't think I've seen him play Magnus too often.
He would have some games, I imagine.
One game ever in Synergy League. It was a loss. He was 4-7 and 21. So it's Ice's second game on Magnus. It's the first Tiny game. Oh, and competitive, of course. Obviously, these guys played a billion times in pubs and. Well, maybe not billion, but a lot. And Super, his second game, or his first game on Tiny, Magnus, second game for Ice. Oh. Interesting.
You've introduced those two. We'll introduce the rest of Vici game. We'll have Fenrir on the Wisp. We'll have Jakira being played by FY, and Black on the Invoker. For the Dire side, it will be Team LGD. They're up 2-1 in July on the offlane Batrider. Yao on the Tide, who will be going mid. Boots first, actually, for him. Faith on the Bane. Boots first for him as well. Visage being played by Mamaya, and Sylar on the safe lane farming like it.
And July is going to make his way in, try to ward off some camps early.
Yeah.
He'll get a nice little observer ward down here. Black did spot out that Firefly, though, so he'll know it's warded. He pings a little bit farther north, but he should have a rough idea of where this one is. And, well, as you've mentioned, teams have been buying a lot less sentries, but this time around, yeah, there's actually no gold for them. Wisp is going to rush the bottle, not slow it down for sentries.
Yeah. At the same time, he didn't block the pull camp, which maybe... I guess he's against an Invoker, but it isn't a Jakira down here as well, so... That would love to get his hands on this bottom room, but it looks like FY is going to be just camping on top of it.
Yeah, with Liquid Fire Harass in July,
the battle
gonna have a real... Oh, hold that thought. Top lane, Ice.
Poking and prodding, maybe looking...
Oh no, there's a double damage rune. This could be a little bit scary. Nightmare skilled up, but he's just going to skewer away.
Yep. Should be okay. Faith has boots, but as does Ice.
Offlane Magnus is just so difficult, though.
And he's already used to skewer, so this makes life even harder. He's going to lose... Like, he started blocking kind of late, whereas Sylar's already been blocking his way. Blocks in the offlane are really important. And Sylar's going to win this one.
Yeah, he'll have the skewer ready in 8 seconds. If they manage to sleep him mid-skewer or something like that, he's going to be really sad, though. They don't really have the best follow-up to the sleep. It's more if they manage to whittle him down and then go for a kill. I don't think they'll be able to just kill him from full health.
Well, one creep gets loose. Ice says, yes, I get myself some experience.
Do want to point out in the meantime that in July managed to pull the creep waves all the way around, so he's halfway to level 2. He also dropped a Sentry Ward when he did that with Firefly.
Oh, nice.
So he's just being a pest here in the offlane more than anything.
And that pull block is pretty nice, so it'll help him just... We'll wait till the lane if it does push out. Right now it's looking like it could just be pretty sad.
Look at Ice. He's just having such a sad time right now. He wants to skewer Faith into the tower, but yeah, even then Faith has 4 base armor.
Onto a cliff. Like if you could skewer him right above and get him stuck on there, that'd be fantastic.
That's true. And
that's where Faith is being somewhat careful. Like when they were contesting the top rune, he was making sure never to position himself between Ice and a bad cliff.
They do run the Tide Med, which I think is the right choice here, just for all the reasons mentioned. The most difficult here to kill early was the point in Kraken Shell out of anyone on LGD.
Lurking around mid Ice, but he's about to get scattered.
Hello, Faith. There's your skewer! Oh, ooh. Just short.
Yeah. Close. Nightmare being used. This skewer's on cooldown now.
But what's the follow-up? Grave Chill? Oh, maybe it's enough.
Close.
Oh, with how damage it might well be. Ice going for a cute play. And it will not pay off at all.
That was nice.
And that's an offlane Magnus, not a hero who has an easy time to begin with.
Yep.
At the same time, there's 5 sticky napalm charges on FY, but Firefly about halfway done.
So Tide going to get the top rune, Bat gets the bottom bounty rune. This is ideal, because Tide can make use of this Tide should they try and be too aggressive or go on him. And also, you're denying runes from the Wisp. So, I mean, Super having just not played Tiny before, like, it's one of those like, Tiny Wisp things. You need to play it to know kind of how aggressive you can be, how much the Wisp can heal you up. Like, if you haven't partnered with a Wisp before, it's kind of hard to adjust to it.
Yeah, they also have the Exhort Invoker, so this is really a 3-man operation where they have to communicate with Black. I mean, not that it's that difficult, you just kind of ping it out or yell, like, go, whatever you need to say, but it is a delicate dance with these 3, and they need to find some relatively early kills, I would say. Given that Ice is going to be a total non-factor, Bat will get a fairly timely blink just because he's Bat. The jungle will be stacked for him, as they're already doing now. And you're going to walk into the mid-game with a Tide Hunter, so there will be team fights, and if Tiny Wisp don't get anything done, well, it falls on the Magnus, and Ice is just getting nothing out of this offlane.
In July, on the bottom lane, hits level 3 already, so he's doing...
Avalanche, man, they're going to... Oh, just toss him up, never mind.
This is, just Avalanche tosses should just go flying quite frequently. Fenrir can heal him back up with the bottle, although getting these 4-minute runes is hard. LGD so far have been controlling them a lot better. They can send the Lycan walls with Lycan not even leaving the lane, and then the supports can go top lane, back goes to the bottom rune. So it's a lot easier for LGD to control the runes, at least that's what the way it's looked so far.
The one piece of good news for Ice is even though he died, he's only level 1, so he didn't really give them any experience. Bane's still level 1. Your Visage, level 3, doing pretty well. But there won't be an early Fiend script at least.
Yeah.
They're going to look to push top here though. No Shockwave even to draw creep aggro. That's a bit of an issue.
Yeah, that's problematic. And I guess he may get level 2 off like creep dying here.
It's okay. That's what your hero's for.
FY shows up Dual Breath, Liquid Fire. Wisp actually got a rune this time around. Being aggressive on mid Sunstrike toss. Decent damage. I'm not sure if the Sunstrike actually landed.
At the same time, bottom lane, FY being dope behind the tower. He'll end up going down to your Visage, and they do get that Tidehunter takedown. I would say overall still very good for Vici getting that kill, especially on a solo mid-tide versus just a support. Tower bottoms or top still very healthy. The Jakiro TP's in to the tier 1. But 3 heroes trapped between. I'm just gonna wait till this next wave.
TP. Top tower is under
Yeah, it is nighttime, but it's more. I wondered if they would run back into him. Not the case though.
Draws creep aggro, and this tier 1 tower will be just fine.
This does leave Black alone bottom though, and the issue with that is you're just 1v1 against a Bat Rider. He does have a decent start, but he wants to rush this Midas, so he doesn't have a ton of mobility. There's some slight kill potential here for in July if he can get like that level 3 Firefly out.
Yeah, for LGD, Yao can have a bit of breathing room at mid because the bottle is gone back to base. There's no mana for super, not even much HP for him. He's going to be very careful here on the tide, on the tiny as far as any kind of aggression coming out.
So Ice, the huge beneficiary of all that is he gets level 4. He was so far behind the bat, but now he's caught right up.
That just came from nowhere, so...
Yeah, they tried to push a little bit early, to be honest. I think they slightly underestimated how willing Vici were to rotate.
Yeah, the Jakiro showing up was definitely the surprise factor. So LGD just going to maybe try and secure the 6-minute rune, go from there. This Wisp getting these runes can be really problematic for them. That's what gives Tide a really rough time in this mid lane. So
yeah, Bat Rider can generally at least go for these bottom runes, but not when they're sending the 3 heroes there. And Ice will just wait towards top. Ravage is ready. I don't think he can solo kill Ice. He'll need a +1 for this. There's your skewer up onto the cliff. That's my rune, baby. Big plays for Ice.
He's stuck. He needs a TP scroll, and I think it's coming out, yeah.
You got to admire just the... mid lane. They're going in now, looking for a Sunstrike Avalanche. Off the mark by Super.
That was...
Faith with the fancy footwork. But yeah, you got to admire Ice. It's like, so what if I died once going for that skewer play? I'm just going to go for it again anyway.
Yeah, so TP arrives, but yeah, damage has been done. He's been trapped here for a while, and he should have been killing this neutral camp early. I don't know why he wasn't attacking it. They can't actually reach him. Career. He's going to be fine.
Well, and good news for LGD, though. MMY is getting a lot of experience. He's already level 5 and change. Sylar, level 6. Building towards the Vlads quickly at the same time. We're going to see a rotation here from LGD. They want to punish Ice. Get some revenge for that skewer up the hill. And I don't think there will be any kind of trade. Vici, we're searching the jungle. Ice get a skewer to the right. He knows what's coming his way, and he is going to retreat out. Oh, he just got wind of it because his team went into the jungle, saw nothing, and I think they just said, these supports have been gone too long. You need to eject. Yeah. And he ejected immediately.
And when the creeps got the bang, it's like, okay, and there's more, there's backup. They probably saw the Lycan was level 6, so they'll get out of there scot-free. And on the Radiant side, Vici Gaming have been stacking neutrals. They've got a decent amount of farm that's waiting for Tiny, so... Yeah, they're looking pretty good themselves. Much better as far as the stacking situation goes. And this Bat Rider hasn't had too many stacks to play around with and farm for himself.
Yeah, he's been trying to hang out bottom, slow down Black, try to punish FY's absence a bit, but he's had minimal success. Black, 54 CS in 7 minutes. That's the one thing I'll say about his Quas Exort Invoker is he just does not miss creeps. I mean, it's what Black's known for. And with Invoker, getting that really fast Midas is a big deal. Your Necro Book comes sooner, and with that, your impact on the game comes much earlier. So look for this early tower, and if he gets that, he'll basically have 2/3 of the Necro Book. At the same time, though, LGD are dire with a Lycan, already the Vlad's out at 8 minutes, and the Visage is already has his familiars, so you got to be constantly vigilant about Roche sneaks.
I feel like LGD's lineup takes some time to come online, like the Ravage, the familiars. Like,
The Blink Dagger on bad.
Yeah.
The Bane Grip.
Until then, for Vici Gaming, like, this Tiny's really strong in the laning states. Like, they have actually really strong early game presence. They will maybe find themselves in a bit of a tough spot mid lane now.
There's a relocate, though. They could potentially get him out. Tether, relocate. Not going to happen. They'll lose super. Fenrir didn't even cast the relocate, actually. Just tethered in.
Yeah, I think I was just thinking...
Sunstrike. Gets
Boom.
that Bane. Got him.
Radiant's middle tower
Can he
is
get
under
a tier 1
attack.
tower bottom? That would be the
Dyer's
really big
bottom tower
opportunity. Looks like
is
Black
under
should be
attack.
fine. Gets the last hit even,
Dyer's
so
bottom
all of
tower
a sudden
has
he's got
fallen.
1800 gold, good Midas, and then he's up to 2k plus gold. So mid tier 1, this is the trade. Lycan would love to get his hands on this one with the Vlads, but not an easy push into the Jakiro.
And surprisingly the team with the Lycan,
Dyer's
although they're
bottom
very
tower
close
is
to
under
taking that
attack.
tower, couldn't quite convert.
Yeah.
Since the Invoker comes out on top, as you mentioned, up to 2200 gold gods. So early Necro Book likely inbound for Black, and be a nuisance. Vici Gaming can match the split push of LGD, I would say. With the Tiny Wisp, with the Invoker Necro, and the Jakiro, just occasional liquid fires tossed out here and there, they will be able to take towers quickly. It's the main thing for me is just not giving up a freebie Roshan.
Yeah.
If they're going to give it up, they got to at least get something. A tower, a kill or two,
Yeah.
some sort of objective to
To
trade
me,
it.
it's kind of inevitable that at some point LGD will probably get Roshan, and it's going to be uncontested. But I think it's Vici Gaming have to make sure they're getting a trade in towers or farm elsewhere in the
Oh my, MMY Midas Visage. They want a super stack
wow.
Visage.
That is, that's really
It's
good.
a pretty fast support Midas, but
It's going to
he
get
just
his
does so much with the Ags. Like normally normally the Visage Ags is just a Midas for heroes. You just convert heroes into gold, just slay them.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I like it.
I don't know how much. I haven't seen this
Dyer's
before, so I'm not sure how much it
structures
delays
are
your Ags,
fortified.
but it's got to be a decent amount.
Yeah, it means when you get it, or just I guess you get the experience benefit of this.
That's true. You get the level 2 familiars quicker.
They're also probably looking at this and being like, our late game's pretty damn good. Like, you're up against the Wiz Tiny, but you've got so much pick-up potential, and the big late game utility heroes, like Batrider and Tide in an ultra late game scenario, are going to do a lot compared to, I would say, like a Jakiro, and even like the Wisp to some extent. Like relocate saves and nice.
Even Magnus, I mean, that hero can do a ton, but it's just going to be hard to get great RPs this game. You're up against Ravage. Oh, Ice Pat going to catch out Sylar. They have a Sunstrike here. It will connect. Now he's trying to transform. Follow-up, not quite sufficient. Vici Gaming ran the other way. They won't be able to catch him out. Sylar scooting to freedom, but waiting there is Ice, RP in your face. Go to bed, Wolf.
All
He
right.
gets put back in the kennel. Big pick off there for Vici. He almost made it out, though. It was close.
Saw the relocate coming, ran the right direction, but it wasn't really a good way out. Without the TP scroll, we didn't really have an actual escape plan.
But yeah,
Radiant's
I
top
do feel like
tower
it's
is
a
under
tough mag
attack.
this game. Bane, lots of ways to interrupt you,
Radiant's are
even if you get that
fortified.
BKB. Batrider's very annoying to play against as a Magnus. Familiars to scout you out, and of course the Tidehunter to counter-initiate.
Just the ease of execution of RP compared to Tide Ravage.
Yeah.
Ravage is so forgiving with the placement, whereas RP has to be perfect with your blink.
Well, how you feeling overall about this game, Gods, for both teams? 1,500 gold lead for Vici, 1,500 experience lead for LGD.
I think Vici have to be in the lead at this stage of the game, because I think LGD's mid game
Radiant's
is
middle
much more
tower
potent.
is
They've
under
already smoked
attack.
into Roshan. They're already looking for this Aegis, and I feel like LGD, that once they have Mech Blink on Tide, they have Batrider with Blink 4 Staff, Lycan with his Necrobook or BKB, like they're just so powerful. Because Visage is also going to be massive, so I think if Vici getting even right now on like net worth, it would be a big concern. And LGD's lineup is just so easy to execute in some ways. Like, I don't feel like Ravager said, unforgiving. Batrider just needs to lasso heroes and...
Even the way they push is just like throw minions at towers
Yep.
and howl. I mean, well, let's see if they get this Roshan, though. There's a macro fire thrown into the pit. This is proving to be quite an annoyance for Sylar. Yao's happy to tank it up. The Roche is low. Vici Gaming get cold feet. They will back out, but In July's on the hunt. He's got a Blink Dagger, looking for that Wisp. Avalanche is there. Super gonna toss him up. Now he gets gripped. Defensive relocate is used, and we'll get Super out. Yao, just a split-second hesitation on that Ravage, and well, they get out, but they will be losing their Wisp.
Are they going to come back into fight this one?
No way.
No, not until Ravage.
He wants to tether out though.
Yeah, gets it. Okay.
No bottle.
Oh, Visage follows him with it. Was that even a solo assumption? I think it was
that was
just
an
a right
auto
click.
medallion auto attack. I
Yeah,
think.
he had a lot of HP still, like for a right click at least. Like he was 100 HP.
That is your 1 base armor wisp.
Yeah.
In action.
With medallion as well. So
And
FY.
FY meanwhile. Oh no, this is costly.
Dyer's
Yep.
bottom
Doesn't
tower
have
is
to use
under
lasso, I
attack.
don't think. It's a solo hero and FY you ain't going
Radiant's
anywhere,
middle
son.
tower
They don't
has
ever relocate to help him. The Magnus Blink Dagger was picked up, but Ice has to walk back to base to get it. They'll lose their Jakiro as well.
Visage
But
got the tower
real,
money,
the
but
real
Dyer's
casualty,
top tower
yeah,
is
is
under
that
attack.
tower. Visage
so
already the
rich.
most farmed hero on the Dire, halfway to his Aghanim Scepter at 13 minutes with a Midas. MMY already quickly becoming the one position hero for his team.
yeah, who's the real carry? This is like AUI plays like that 2-position Visage, but this is some true 1-position Visage play coming up from MMY. He's gonna teach AUI a thing or two.
Tough game. I mean,
Visage is scary with farm. Like the ag, it doesn't stop at the Ag Scepter. The
the
AC,
AC, the Shivas, just
yeah, there's so many good items you can get on this hero that is really scary.
your Radabatos.
Atos is great against Tiny. Like, this is a
Radiant's top
pretty
tower is under
great
attack.
game to have a farming Visage.
Radiant structures
I mean,
are
if he
fortified.
wants, he could even try to work in a Necro book there for the double Necro book with the Lycan, you know? I doubt. Like, by the time he could get it, it's probably not that valuable. Mid lane, though, we're going to have a bit of a skirmish. Super drops
Radiant's
down
top
very
tower
low.
has fallen.
Almost finished off here. They did not even use grip for that. Bane did not
Bane
have
was
mono.
low money. Hit a brain sag and I think that's a kill.
Tower. Oh, denied too.
Dyer's middle
So
tower
they get the
has
T1
been
top, which
denied.
went to the Lycan, and what's Lycan building here?
LGD looking pretty good here, gods, and game number 4, leading 2-1. They just need one more win to punch their ticket to the Summit 2 Land Finals. Vici are clinging on for dear life.
I really like this LGD draft, like the Lycan Visage, and then that last pick Batrider just rounded off their draft so well. The Tide gives them that scary team fight, but you don't really want to start a fight off with a Tide Ravage all the time. Having the option to find pickups with the Batrider just gives them that flexibility.
It was Vici who banned the Ogre, right?
I
I believe so.
ooh,
Dyer's
they're on the
top
Radiant
tower
side.
is under
That's
attack.
a good question.
I think they banned Ogre Brew.
It was the team who had
Radiant's bottom
second pick who
tower
banned
is under
the
attack.
Ogre. So who had first?
Wrap
pick?
around mid lane. I think it was a tied first pick.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm a little surprised that they didn't ban the Lycan, to be honest. Sylar's Lycan has been a beast. Most teams, as you
Dyer's
mentioned,
top tower
I think in
is
the
under
cast earlier with
attack.
Winter, have been respect banning it, and I mean, hey, it's a Dire Lycan to boot.
When they 2-0'd them in the winner bracket final, it was 2 Lycan bans the first stage.
Dyer's top
Yeah,
tower
to be fair,
has
LGD has
fallen.
been doing well with other heroes, obviously, as they lead 2-1, but I just haven't felt Ogre as a big problem hero in this series at all. Like, he's been fine. There was a few games where he had nice multicast, but it wasn't like game-changing multicast. It's like, oh, hey, we're already winning a
Radiant's
fight, and now
bottom
we just
tower
get an
is under
explosive
attack.
victory.
And
instead
even
of
games where he found the
Radiant
Ag Scepter, but he got to
structures
that
are
point because the other, they lost the
Dyer's
game for other
top tower
reasons.
is
So
under
Yeah.
attack.
So, I don't mind an Ogre ban, but first stage ban, slightly surprising. Well, now they got to deal with the big bad wolf, who is just making his Visage even scarier at this point. This is slightly behind on the net worth, but
Radiant's
still
bottom
close
tower
to his Lycan.
is
And
under attack.
relocate bottom, they're going to look to test this one. They jump on the Sylar here, caught out. Avatos kills him once, but can they kill him twice? RP from Ice, not that great. Catches 2, but I don't know if it's enough follow-up. Deafening Blast used by Black on the run. Might have to buy back to turn this fight. Just too much easy damage for LGD. They'll run down the
triple kill from
not the
MMY.
Visage, though. The Visage will get the run down there.
Ag Scepter, 500 gold on top of that,
Oh, jeez.
and then in July's 4 stuff, like all their core items are coming up, and they're winning items.
That was without Ravage. Yeah, it was
yeah,
top.
he TP'd top to defend the tier 2 push.
Ease of execution. Just so much better for LGD.
Yeah, even without a Ravage, it's just like, okay, you threw too many spells on our Lycan with Aegis, and that's just, I mean, the main thing they threw was the Avalanche the stun toss combo, but not Tiny caught out, Lasso just started things off, but they, no grip, not going to be needed though.
Yeesh.
This is a big worry for Vici Gaming.
Oh, Vici Sunstrike! Got him! Black has been on point with these, and
He plays a really good Invoker.
it's one of the, like, a lot of times, like, you missed the Sunstrike, no big deal, but I feel like they need these kills just to, like, cling on for life in this game.
Yeah. So, I mean, at the same time, I feel like as good as like his Invoker is, like the fact you're first 2 picking Invoker, like that's definitely, I don't think the hero is justified in being picked up in the first 2 slots.
I definitely feel it was at one point, like Starladder Season 9, when that Centaur pick was just so damn
Yeah.
strong with it, but yeah, it seems especially this Quas Exhort Invoker, seems a lot more situational. He requires a lot of space and time to come online.
We'll see if Vici Gaming have what it takes to stall this game out, deal with these really farm Lycan Visage duo.
And it's not just that, it's what you said, the backbone of the Batrider Tide.
And those two heroes are farmed. Like, there's a mech already. Like, they both have 6k net worth. They're up there. That's pretty much similar level of farm to the Tiny, so...
Force Staff is now complete on the Batrider. If it goes really late, Batrider gets a BKB, and what are you going to do? RP when he goes in for the lasso? Maybe you can relocate, save somebody, but that's just... It's just tough for Wisp because there's a Tide in the game. And Yao hasn't even had, like, the perfect Ravage counter initiations, but when you've got 2 Ravages, which at some point he'll look for, then you can just be a lot more free and liberal with your application of them.
And they're looking to cripple Vici Gaming. They picked up a gem, and Injuli's going to carry that one around. Look to just deward the map using this gem and just prevent any kind of shenanigans from Vici Gaming. So, just solid
Looking
all
for
around
Ice. Uh-oh. Oh, Shockwave canceled his blink.
He's really far pushed up, and he's completely alone. I think he's just trying to be like, yeah, I'm not really alone. Maybe I've got 4 heroes behind me kind of tactic.
But they've got a ward. Yeah, actually, they have a ward here. They don't see anyone, so they're more likely to think he has heroes behind him. And there's always the Tiny Wisp, so... I think they were going to go, though. That Shockwave just hit the bat, and his blink got canceled. Well, Tiny's finally got his club. But it's still just the level 1 ult. He can't even fully hold this one. He looks so cute. They're going to go in top. Nope. Ice, creating that space for the team.
Yeah, but he's just put a lot of pressure on this top lane, and he's been in such a dangerous position too. He probably could have died, but LGD are just a little bit antsy, and also just, like, they know they're ahead. They don't want to throw away this lead.
They're still looking, though. Definitely going to TP out. He's going to force a Ravage. No, maybe not. Flame Break is there, and July able to cancel it. Doesn't force a thing. Not even a lasso.
This is going to be probably just a push all the way down the top lane. Sylar can stay mid, maybe meet up with his team partway there, and I think they should be going for this tier 2 tower. Maybe just feeling like they can sit back and out-farm their opponents, but...
You know, my other... Oh, Ice going in hot mid. Could he get this kill on Sylar? RP whiffed! Woo! Oh, no. Sylar didn't even have his ult up. He just walked away. Ice
They didn't even see it coming. There was no wards or anything. That was
just impatience from Ice. I think he thought he was going to walk back in, but the thing is with the new Lycan ult, you don't have to rush it, because if he tries to transform, he's standing still for a second, so you'd get him anyway. And I think they have the burst to kill him in ult form, but...
And now with RP on cooldown, they're going to look to take objectives. Tier 2 tower.
Can they go high ground off of this? They've got Howl, they've got Familiars.
He's pretending to be Night.
Well, very smart, but I don't know if it matters.
Yeah, they've got a big enough creep wave. They can go high ground with this if they want. They don't have Aegis. It's not the best timing for them. Also, Necrobox is strong. They can do some damage. I don't see any way they get Raxus of this. They're probably not even getting this tier 3 tower. Familiars with Howl, they hurt a little bit, but...
Lasso's there, though. If they find Kickoff Maker, where's that relocate? Will break the lasso. Oh, he tossed his Wisp in! What are you doing? Super, please! Oh!
He must have clicked the toss, like, when he was lassoed in to try and toss an enemy hero to just do some damage.
And then it just, yeah, it goes off after.
Oh, man.
Still, it's only the Wisp. I mean, it's not great, but they saved the Tiny.
The push was not happening anyway, so from that point of view, LG were just like, yeah, we'll get a pick off and then push is over. I guess if they kill Tiny, maybe they try and siege the high ground a little more, but...
Yeah, that Tiny would not have had buyback either, so that could have been an opportunity.
So, next Roshan is, whoa, long respawn, as long as it gets. That's good news for Vici Gaming, at least.
Well, LGD still feels like their game right now. Dire side have the map control. They've got the AC coming fairly soon for the Visage. I mean, think about that. He's almost more farmed than everybody on Vici Gaming, including the enemy 1 position Invoker. That is just disgusting.
Yeah, the Invoker with him. I mean, sure, MMY has one in themselves, but like you're safe playing free farm Invoker with Midas.
And the level 3 ult's going to come really early this game too. I just feel like LGD will be at a point in this game where if they get to the base, you lose a lane of Rax.
Yeah.
Maybe you get that 3, 4, 5 hero kill if you have perfect RP and can turn the game, but I think Vici Gaming almost have to be thinking now in terms of like, how do we get trades when we lose Rax instead of if we lose Rax? It just seems almost inevitable that LGD will claim them.
These fights have been going on without Yao's Blink Dagger, and he has enough money for that now after this top lane farm, so things are going to go from bad to worse fairly soon.
Yeah. And again, there's still like it in this game. He hasn't really been a huge impact yet. Just howling for the Visage, but
not been huge impact. Hasn't had crazy farm, but I mean, well, he's got the top farmer, but it's not like he's been as snowbally as the game early to against Newbie was just like Lycan controlling the pace of the game.
Just the big bad wolf incarnate, just running around killing everyone.
Oh. We'll see where LGD go from here. Wait for Roshan's kind of the safe plan. It's going to be respawning any second now, so they should have a pretty good knowledge of the timer and know that it will be coming up in the next 10 seconds.
Yeah, that next Rosh, I don't really see Vici contesting it.
No way. Even with a Mag would have to hit a 4 or 5 hero
But
RP.
that's just never going to happen, right? Because LGD will never group. They don't need to. Put Familiars, Wolves in the pit. You don't even have to put the Visage in there.
Yeah. Tide as well as Batrider will be split apart, looking for those either initiations or just counter initiations onto stuff like the RP. And
not to mention, you don't even need the Familiars in there. Sylar can just solo.
Yeah, will poke his head in. So they will put Tide in the pit, but no way Batrider should go in there as well.
Ice not in position. They just have to give this up. And the thing is, they're not really getting a trade. All you can do now is push in the lanes and just try and stall that next push.
And that's where Familiars are actually keeping these lanes pushed out. You can see top lane where Jakiro as well as a couple of Vici Gaming heroes are lurking around. This is not going to be any real pressure on the lane as Familiars just bursted down.
Go for some Familiar snipes. Maybe they can force out that resummon at least.
Yeah, I guess that, yeah, he's going to resummon just as soon as he sees the Invoker Forge Spirits.
No, that's one thing worth mentioning. If this goes really late, Visage would love to get a refresher just so he can always have that secondary resummon ready if he needs it. So there's a lot of room for MMY to farm.
Okay.
I mean, I'm thinking big here, gods. I want to see my first 7-slotted Visage, you know? It could happen.
That's 7th slot refresher.
Why the hell not, dude? Oh. Not to mention the Necro Bulk, I feel like.
I want to see a Mjolnir on the Visage. I feel like that'd be a good item.
That would be a really good item.
Okay.
I'm getting clowny in the interest of entertainment here, but they will go in top lane, perhaps. Lasso. You just let him go, I think. Black turns around for a second. He's got to be careful, though. Like, dagger is ready.
Yeah, that's like that.
Yeah.
AC complete, by the way. 25 minutes AC Ags on MMY.
This next push is just going to be so damn scary. And I think they have to... if you lose this next push, you lose 2-3 lanes of Rex. No tier 2s.
Yeah, if you try and engage and lose the fight, you're losing multiple lanes. So
yeah, otherwise maybe they'll just have Mercy and just take one lane and back off.
You have to try and stall and, like... Yeah, if you engage, you have to make sure you win the fight.
Uh-oh, ice. No, never mind. He's got the ward. And July's just de-warding.
So, we'll actually venture actually, no, they're going mid lane, and the attempted trade is kind of happening in bottom lane. Super maybe thinking get a tier 2 tower, which is, end of the day, they just get your team some money, maybe give someone some extra buyback gold or something like that. But
do you just tactically sack this lane of Rax? Because I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I don't know how you can get into this familiar with how they're going to try. Well, I think you just ignore Lycan. Don't over-engage on the LGD.
Do not RP that. Just, Fuel's used there. It's going to set up a nice path from FY. Bit of miscommunication though. Super is getting Grip caught out. They're going to try to Ravage to cancel the relocate. It's an air ball from Yao again. He's a bit late. The old man was slow on the reflex. He's a chunk in the wind. I don't know if that's enough damage. Ice with the big RP. They managed to bring down 3-4 heroes. It's enough in the end. Everyone survives aside from your Invoker. They've done it. By golly, they've found the opening. Now the ice path onto Sylar. Skewer him, but not enough.
The toss cancelled the skewer.
Oh no, they could have pushed him into tower. Maybe gotten that kill too.
Yeah.
Super's tiny, not delivering this game.
A couple just, I mean, so much of it's just like a bit of like awkwardness and bad luck, but...
Even, and like there was a little miscommunication at the start of the fight where FY Yules the hero right as they were getting avalanche, so... Biao could have just won them that fight. If he Ravages mid-relocate, then that's GG, I think.
LGD, honestly, that was just... LGD got, I don't know, they just should have focused the racks, ignore the heroes, and force Vici Gaming to engage on you. Instead, they went under the tier 4 towers, missed the Ravage, then went for a lasso on the Invoker, and, like, it was just... Bad calls from LGD there.
That was huge RP from Ice as well. Like you said, they didn't have to clump up that way either.
Yeah, they should have just kept sieging the racks, using the Lycan plus Visage Familiars, and Vici Gaming can't do anything about it. They're not going to use an RP to kill get rid of an Aegis on the Lycan, so
Well, Tony with that will pick up his Yasha. He's now got a little more gold in the piggy bank. In fact, completed AC inbound for Super. Sure, maybe his execution fights has been slightly lacking, but or in some cases quite lacking, but hey, nonetheless, dude, he's going to be a big tiny with Empower and a Wisp behind him. That is...
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing that if you don't focus him and they get a good RP, then he just ruins your team, so... At the same time, will there be another Miracle RP? I still feel they need at least 1 or 2 more to make this an even game.
And the late game is still just so rough for Vici Gaming. Going up against Refresher Tide, Batrider with a BKB, Lycan's working on a Heart of Terras. This is one of these fantastic sieging items. Like, sure, you can get the magic immunity of a BKB, but just the raw HP plus HP regen Heart gives you helps so much for sieging bases.
Yeah, it also helps against just instant lockdowns from like the eventual Hex of the Invoker, which we already see Black working towards.
Yeah.
Or just that Blink RP.
So, from here, I mean, LGD may just play a farming game until they get the next Aegis, which will be cheese as well.
FY getting really aggressive here
Dire's
top
bottom
lane.
tower is under attack.
Lycan gonna pop his ultimate.
Okay, he thinks FY's alone. He's gonna go for this. Ice is there, but...
He's more or less right.
Oh, Yule's used on the Necro minion. Still getting cornered. Now trying for the TP out. That ain't gonna happen.
Oh, push to the low ground, but they still get the kill with the Lycan Wolf. So Ice gets out,
But that's a tier 2.
okay, not bad.
Oh, is it?
Dire's
Ravage is
bottom
ready.
tower
They
is
know that
under-
Wisp is
Dire's
lurking.
bottom tower
And they're just
has
gonna let it go.
fallen.
They have to come back.
Yeah.
They can't push this.
There is Ravage though, and I'd love to find the Wisp
Oh,
here.
Fenrir not in the best
Dire's
position. He's way too close to the Tiny. This could end very poorly. They'll lose him off the bat. Now the Familiars can go to work on Super. 1 stun, 2
He's
stun,
at?
3 stun. They're slowly TPing. Insulite
back
TP to
up.
the base.
Yeah.
And now he's trying to work his way in. He's too late.
Oh gosh.
Oh my,
That
that
beat to Fountain, I think.
that
or
was...
something.
Oh, MMY might even go down here top lane. There's your skewer from Ice. Pushing back in that super stacked Visage. This is a big bounty to give up if he goes down. MMY, you're not a support, my friend. You can't be giving up these kills.
Yeah.
Oh, series of miscues now for LGD. That's got to be like a 2,000 gold swing or close to it. Oh, 1,500. There you go.
Just for the 1 kill, yeah. A lot of that going to the Tiny as well. So Tiny sitting pretty. Suddenly has 2.5k gold. He's just bought his Assault Crest a minute ago, it feels like, and already catching up. So LGD have to be a bit careful. Calm down. Definitely waiting for the Aegis and Cheese, but during that time they need to just play safer. Go for pickoffs maybe as 5 with the Batrider lasso, but they don't want to do anything too risky.
I don't know, man. It seems like LGD are slipping a bit, though. On paper, I would still slightly favor LGD, but I mean, it is a tiny Wisp late game with the Magnus backing up. You can't just write that off, no matter how good the enemy lineup looks.
Yeah.
And they're really starting to just compound their errors. Mid lane now. They'll catch out Sylar. If he stops to transform in this macro pyro, he'll be sad, but they forced him out.
The heart just makes him so hard to bring down. Tiny gonna buy a
Dire's
Manta
top
stuff,
tower
so
is under
I
attack.
think the one thing Vici Gaming have to prepare for is gonna be that next Roshan.
Uh-oh. Big fight coming.
Yeah, gets the insta gush.
And the same time in the Radiant, or the Dire jungle, they're gonna jump in with Super. Avalanche is there, he goes on to Fade. Doesn't manage to finish him off, has that Fiend's Grip to turn this fight on Super perhaps. Gotta be careful, Ice being controlled here. Yao has no Ravage though, remember he blew it earlier. Without the Ravage, can they actually fight effectively? Sylar, so low, he's gonna go down to that one last right click and gets the Wolf. Wolf out of the picture, Familiar's doing a decent amount of work, but they'll club MMY, the cleave, doing enough here, 3 dead. Boy, my kingdom for a Ravage now if I'm LGD. Not having that just cost them a gargantuan fight. This game begins to slip away from them now.
They controlled that Lycan just so damn well in that fight.
Maybe he does need a... I mean,
Dire's
the heart,
middle
great,
tower
but maybe he
is
needs the BKB too.
Well, Tiny just doing a great job helping cleave down Familiars and stuff. Tiny actually not bad against
Dire's
Familiars
middle tower
with the
has
AoE
fallen.
damage, and Vici Gaming going high ground. They're going to force a Lycan buyback.
The thing is, Ravage is up now,
Dire's
but
middle tower
like
is
him...
under
Actually, no,
attack.
he's got the level 3 ult, so yeah, I think he's back here.
Well,
Still, that's a big swing. Forcing out that Lycan buyback. Also killing the Visage twice now in a row has really pushed him down a few notches. And I guess, guys, it's time to look at item progression now. Our Radiant team is really piling up those big pickups.
yeah. It's setting up. Just even like someone like Fenrir having a Ghost Scepter saved his life from the Lycan in that fight, it looked like. FY's Yule Scepter and now working towards an Ags as well. And Sheepstick, Invoker, he's got the lockdown. This just helps out that little bit more of finding those pickups.
Yeah, very big item here. You can get that instant sheep when the Tidehunter jumps in and just ignore him from there. Potentially cancel the Batrider initiation if he doesn't BKB first. Also, maybe catch out the Lycan, who doesn't have a BKB, before he can transform. Always a useful item on Invoker, and they have a ton of chain stun to follow that up with the Cold Snap, the Deafening Blast, the Tornado, all kinds of burst damage.
We'll see how things pan out.
But that was a team fight for LGD without Ravage, so if you're Vici, you still have to approach these engagements very cautiously.
And for LGD, like, they've Ravage, Fiend Script, like these spells, if you're getting them off in a fight, you're going to have a pretty good time. So.
Oh, they also bought back on the Bane. I don't know if you mentioned that.
No.
But not the biggest deal. Just going to hurt Faith a little bit here.
He's working on a BKB, which could be nice as far as making sure he gets those Fiend Scripts off with just an RP to cancel it, which you don't really want to be waiting for a Fiend Script before you RP.
Sunstrike in the pit. This is going to be not a max respawn, Roche, but close to it. 10 minutes total, so 1 minute short of the max, and Super's going to walk in just after the Sunstrike to scout. That's a very dangerous place to be walking in. He does have the relocate out, but you got to worry about that Bat Lasso and then the Ravage follow-up to cancel your relocate. So they'll scout it, they won't see anything, they'll back off. And now it's just going to be that delicate dance for the next Roche.
Yeah. And Vici Gaming remaining grouped up towards this middle lane. They've got a number of buybacks here available. Most of their core heroes with buyback. Just Wisp, Jakiro, the two supports without.
Man, Super is really beefy right now.
Yeah, he's so farmed, and having buyback on top of these items
is under attack.
That's massive.
I would really love a Butterfly for
Dire's
him this game.
tower
You're up against the
fallen.
Mass Familiars as well as the Lycan, and they have no MKBs. MMY's not going for one. He gets a point boost. We might have a skirmish here in the river, though. Sylar spotted out, and Black just runs away. Okay, no action.
Going to the Roshan pit here. Is he actually going to go for this one? This is some risky stuff. He
Dire's
kills the
top
Force
tower
Spirit, and
is
yeah, he's
under
going to go for
attack.
this one. He sees two heroes top, but guess what?
I think he just let them have this maybe. Vici Gaming going to push top and look for lane of Rax,
They
perhaps.
could relocate in, but yeah, I think if you can get a Rax off this, it's fantastic. But now that MK is gone and there's no BKB, they screw him onto the high ground. He needs to TP. He needs to get out of here. He's going to go for the TP now. Nothing to cancel. Couldn't use that Avalanche, but maybe you can see the TP super doing huge damage. Faith as well as MMY.
At the same time, though, they didn't get off their RP. They're going to buy back on Ice. The relocate goes back to the Wisp as he sees Heathers. Now the Ravage coming through. Where's Super's help? He didn't bring back the Tiny. He leaves Super to die, it looks like. Well, maybe not. He's still standing strong. Finally, no, still not enough damage. Can they even kill him? Soul Assumption. There you go. Now your RP, a bit late, but perhaps Ice can finish the job on his own. Sylar Tanky will be focused down. Black, does he have a Sunstrike? He does. Looking for Yao. Oh, just short. Also, barely missing MMY. Oh, man.
My gosh.
This forces out a tiny buyback, and
They want to go
a Magnus buyback. That's really costly for Vici.
The tiny back will either force LG to buy back themselves, or could be Raxes.
And they know Lycan doesn't have it, so that's the thought here. We can just take a lane of Rax.
Oh, they're going Roche. They're going to Roche and then maybe relocate in. This could be a really nice play.
Are they trying to bite off more than they can
Dire's
chew, though?
top tower
There's
is
a
under
glyph
attack.
available on the Dire.
Dire's
Black does not have his
structures
Necro
are
3, so
fortified.
this is not the fastest push, but there's your skewer onto Yao. Yao also doesn't have buyback, so if he gets caught out, it could be a disaster. Still buyback now on their bad. Vici able to force that out. Do they lose anyone on the retreat? Black blinking away. Now they hex up that Batrider. They're going to come in hard and fast with the meatball onto Angelite. Down he goes. Super hunting for more. This is one more good fight. Could be it for LGD after such a powerful start. They're just crumbling. Super charging in for more. Clubbing. Refresher activated. Ravage used, but it's purely a defensive Ravage. This Tidehunter has just not delivered. Yao unable to do a thing. Now he ends up going down to Black. The Sunstrike in the well finishes him off. No buyback, straight for the throne. Vici Gaming pull a miracle out of the hat, and we're headed to a game number 5.
What a comeback here. This game just looks like LGD were just going to 5-man snowball to victory, but somehow one big team fight goes Vici's way, and they just break the game wide open. The Sylar Lycan has been defeated.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, I don't think Vici expected the early game to go that poorly for them, but they had the answers in the end, gods.
Well, we're going to a Game 5 decider. We saw a 2-0 comeback yesterday. Vici Gaming at least put themselves in a position where they could make it happen.
Do you believe in the reverse all kill again?
I mean, at this point, I think I do a little bit. I think Vici Gaming are just the more consistent team overall. LGD have always been a bit hit or miss and haven't quite delivered to the expectations of this roster. And the fact they just threw away a 2-0 lead, that's got to be pretty emotionally crippling for them.
They got to be tilting a little bit.
Yeah.